I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, yeah. Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause some pain, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. No cap, only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. To shout. Yes. I am not shouting.
Sync 1, 2, and 2, and 2, and 2.
The second and the final match of the day, the third day and the last day of the sixth leg of the men's Kenya Volleyball National League. The last match with the Kenya Prisons facing Kenya Army after a very disappointing loss earlier on against the Blue Submarines, aka KPA. They start off this match as a, let's say it's a low for them because there was a lot of lack of coordination in the initial stages of this match. They are slowly warming up into play and settling their minds into the match. The score standing at 7 for Kenya Prisons and Army standing at just 4. Jairus at the service. Simple finish there. Bosire picks it. Manuel. Simple spin over the net. Desperate attempt to block it. A very smart move there. Again, another one. Simply picked. A lot of excitement here. And he hits it off the field of play. Such a relief for the Kenya Prisons boys. Really trying as much as possible to contain their nerves and warm up into the game, because clearly mentally they are not yet there. The Army seeming to notice this and take advantage of the situation. The Kenya Prison side maintaining the lead, broadening that gap to 5 points ahead. Really important for them to take this first set. It will set the pace and the tone for the rest of the match. Then the libero player failing to bring that ball back on court, broadening that margin to 6 points now, despite a bigger part of the fans that are in here obviously supporting Army, seeing as they are the lesser side. Emmanuel, what do you think about this match today?
Well, it has started off pretty nicely, quite on a high this time around. Prisons Kenya trying as much as possible to silence the guns of Kenya Army. You can see it with all the attacks, and even the backcourt defense there is pretty solid for the Prisons Kenya side. And just looking at the way they are playing, really, if they lose this, they will have done it themselves.
Well, mentally,
they have no reason to lose this. And I think even mentally, like you're saying, yeah, they've come to this one rather strongly. It's not like they played the other one with Kenya Ports Authority. At least they have started off quite on a high, taking the fight to the Army men. And it's interesting to see.
Very interesting to see. Still, they do understand the assignment at hand. They do understand what any loss of points in this case will cost them moving on, preparing for the last leg. I think there is one more leg, the 7th leg, before we move on into the playoffs. They cannot afford one more loss at this point. Very critical for them. That loss against the Dockers really got to them. Again, powerful attack by, was Sisi? Straight off the hands of Jairus.
Yes, just have a look at the replay there. Kenya Army making a change. Kiptanui steps out. Sisi is back on court. Apparently Sisi is the only one who has his name printed on his jersey. Otherwise the rest are printed on Kenya Army.
Kevin NYAYO having a TED talk there with Charles Bosire about the nature in which he needs him to defend that ball.
Well, there are 2 Bosires involved in this match. There's a net touch there. Yeah, one right here in the commentary desk, and the other one
On court.
On court. Service nicely picked by Makuto. It is Dennis here who has really stepped up, and I think even for the setters, they realized that they didn't make good use of him in the first match.
Indeed.
And so right now they have unleashed him to cause terror to the to the army side.
He has been known to be a player who can really lead the team single-handedly into victory.
Yeah.
Prisons did not realize that during the match with Kenya Ports Authority that cost them that match. Whether he would have made quite a difference, we're yet to know. But I do believe that he would have made a difference should the setter, or the setters in this case, because both of them took to the court, would have made maximum use of him. Makuto at the service.
At the serving court, 8 points ahead. Kenya Prisons. Libero picks it up. I hope the infrastructure does not interfere with it. Oh yes, there's a lot of power behind that one. Of course, in this match again, we're going to bring you the speeds of those hits to just let you know how fast those balls are hit. They're making a change to bring back Mombos.
Of course, Felix May. Probably a better receiver. We wait to see. Sajam serve from Makuto.
Makuto with that service at 53 kilometers per hour.
Well, that lead is rather solid, very solid, a replica of what we saw in the fourth set with Kenya Ports Authority. A 10-point lead, very comfortable lead. This doesn't seem to be...
Makuto with that 87-kilometer serve sends it cross, smack into the middle of the net there. And, well, like you're saying, they have the latitude to make these mistakes. Look at that from Wanyama. Beautiful pipe played there by Dennis. The libero picks it up, but so that is 95 kilometers per hour from Dennis. Look at that, going straight at the libero there, and it's back to their 10-point lead.
Only 7 points shy of taking the first set.
It's Wanyama looking for that touch out, but it's not sufficient. That attack, they are going at 89 kilometers per hour. We are yet to register the speeds that we saw with
Douglas serving for Kenya Army. The float serve. Jairus over receives it.
That was a very
error.
easy ball to give away, but Kiptanui there using his height. Look at that.
Doesn't go across.
Doesn't go across
the net. Rafael Tuku. A lot of mistakes running concurrently.
Well, it's now 11 points.
Well set.
It's nicely set by Mombos there, but Jairus is not taking any chances in this match. They saw what the errors did, how the errors they made cost them. So one man, but solid block from Jairus, and it's time out for Kenya Army.
The scores margin seeming to increase.
Yep, it's 11
Rather
points
fast.
now.
It's actually 12 points.
12, 12 points.
12
sorry.
points. It's going to take a miracle actually for Kenya Army to catch up to that.
Well, it might be difficult for them to come back in this first set, but I believe that if they settle in, they will be able to pull a comeback. In the match against Equity Bank, was it Equity Bank?
It was against
I
Equity
actually
Bank. They
saw
took
that
a
they
set.
took a set, and in the other sets they played all the way to 30 points. So yeah,
Seeing
going
that
to be-
Kenya Prisons is just a shadow of what it used to be. Well, we can't quite write Kenya Army off right now.
CC, it is. Oh, that was a beautiful one. Quite some power there, sending that ball out of play.
Well, a service for Kenya Army is Simiyu.
The libero has it.
Good attempt, unfortunately.
There is an attempt there
It was a
by
tad bit too
CC
slow.
at picking it up. It's 22-10. And the battering continues. Jairus with the service. CC sends it flying. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us, we are coming to you live from NYAYO Indoor Gymnasium. It is packed beyond capacity, and the fans are here to watch Prisons Kenya play Kenya Army. They
The
also,
infrastructure.
this is the second match that they are playing, and also the second match of the day in the top tier league, because we've also seen that there are some matches that are ongoing in Division 2.
Yes, Division 2.
Yeah,
Couple
so
of matches happening. There's a possibility of one of the teams from Division 2 graduating, quote unquote, to the top tier league at the end of this season.
I actually thought there were two teams, but
Two
we
teams.
wait to see.
That is yet to be confirmed.
For that
But
confirmation.
definitely there will be newcomers.
But there's the question. I think you are having a discussion with some of the players in the national, in the first league, this specific league, because there are many teams that are in the national league, but they haven't shown up or respected any of their fixtures thus far, because a number of games, including the ones that Kenya Defence Forces were to play, the ones that Trailblazers were to play, they have just been, those points have been granted to the teams that showed up. So quite a number of teams that are yet to honor their fixtures. And so I was thinking we should probably increase that number that is going out on relegation, so that they sort of re-strategize in the Division 2 league. Then when they come back, maybe, just maybe, they will do better. Although, of course, we understand the issue about finances.
Finances. Well,
That is the other reality.
it is a rather glaring reality for basically not just the teams, every other person in the country right now. The times are tough, so it's obvious that it will seep into every other part of functioning teams, functioning institutions, that will cut down on costs, which is very important. Well, the first set ends at 25-12. Very convincing lead there by Kenya Prisons. We will be having the match statistics, the set statistics in a few displayed on our screens.
Beautiful display from the Prisons Kenya side. And that's quite a margin there.
So a very big margin. Over half?
Over half,
Yes.
actually.
Well, we wait to see the Prisons men's team rather comfortable in this match, wishing only that there would be the same case earlier on. Well, there we have it. The first set is over at 25 Kenya Prisons and just 12 for Kenya Army. Attacks we're having 7 for Kenya Prisons and 6 for Kenya Army. Blocks we're just having 4 for Kenya Prisons, none at all for Kenya Army. And service ace just 1 for Kenya Prisons. Again, Kenya Army doesn't have any opponent's error. 13 Kenya Prisons, Kenya Army 6. Well, we are yet to start the second set. For any of you who's joining us right now, this is the second match of the day, the last for the 6th leg of the men's Kenya Volleyball Federation National League match between Kenya Prisons and Kenya Army.
Yep, and we are bringing you this courtesy of, as Trailblazers and Mafro Sports. The second set is underway, and the referee there just counter-checking the players who are on court to ensure that they are in the order that the coaches have indicated in that form. It is Trailblazers. It's Prisons Kenya versus Kenya Army. Kenya Army seeming to be the underdogs here, but you can never write them off. They started off really nicely, and I thought, well, we have quite a thrilling match here, but it couldn't go beyond the 12th point. So let's see how this is going to turn out. Second set is serving off. What's your prediction?
Well, if you ask me, I can't quite tell, but from all indications, Kenya Prisons are well into the game. There's a major improvement in the coordination, major improvement in the attacks as well as the blocks. So, well, if you ask me, they may just win this clean sheets 3-0 with the experience of the players on court right now, and a major reduction in the errors that were earlier seen with the match against KPA. Also, Kenya Army not having really much to lose should they lose this match. So we wait and see.
Is there a net touch?
Seems to be a net touch.
With Sisi there reining in hard. And Wanyama goes to serve. Nicely picked up. I think they expected that Wanyama would be the one to
attack. That ball. They recognize
so
his
Mombo's
potential.
There playing really well. Kenya Army 3, Prisons Kenya 1. Jairus with the reception. What a nice block from Wesisi.
Wesisi blocking that ball really, really well. Much
and
to the surprise.
Stopping a lethal weapon that Prisons Kenya have unleashed against Kenya Army.
Ball is out.
Wanyama serves it out of court. Makuto goes to serve. Is it his signature? Oh yeah.
It is his signature jump serve.
It's not as fast as we've seen. But yeah. We wait to see if anyone will get to the record that Owala has set.
Owala has set a rather high record there.
100.
One of his best performances yet.
And in the conversation that we had with him after the match, he was really, really excited about what they were able to do. Proud of the moment.
That was one moment they should have rightfully been proud of, considering the woes that have been hitting the team for a better part of this season. They needed that. Well defended,
that ball was
though.
still in
That
court.
net touch.
Mombos was able to pick it up, but his colleagues in the front court had an error there. See, the first few stages of the game, just like the other one, Kenya Army seemed to have control. Whether or not they are going to maintain that control to the very end is another thing altogether. But as it stands, they are leading by 2 points. I really hope they get to win this one so that we have an interesting match, so that it's not just a 3-0 thrashing and we get to go home. Considering this is the last match of this leg.
Of this leg, yes.
And of the day.
Well, it's possible. Kenya Army can pull up quite a surprise.
Where Sisi there has
And,
decided to just, dishonor the hope that I have for that team. Sending that ball
And
flying.
ceremoniously at that.
Yeah. Oh, he has been salvaged there by Dennis, the debutant there in the National League for Prisons Kenya. He has quite an interesting story of how he started, even how he was spotted, Dennis. But it's good to see that he's making good progress and that he was able to make the first 6
Indeed.
at Prisons Kenya.
That is true. Jairus serves for Kenya Prisons. Error in reception. But
Wanyama there, 56
Wanyama.
kilometers per hour. Gets off of the hands of the libero there,
very
trying to pick it
powerful
up.
attacks there by Wanyama.
Not as quick as we've seen, but there it is.
Nonetheless.
It's a net serve by Kiptanui there.
And Army taking a lead still at this point. It did not last as much in the first set, but he seemed to be stubborn in this second set. Easily picked by the libero, well set.
Wesisi.
Sisi.
No, it's actually
Came
not
in.
Wesisi.
Ball is still in play. There goes the
There is a
whistle.
net
There
touch.
is a net touch.
Courtesy of Makuto on the other side of the net.
And the Army boys move to 9 against 7 of Prisons Kenya. If they make a mistake of losing it at this point, then it will prove really costly for Prisons Kenya. Not really wanting to be them right now, with all the pressure and the tension that is obviously running through the veins.
NYAYO there with a service. They are currently trailing at. Oh
Well,
yeah.
that definitely was not a
Yeah.
good handle of that ball. Trying to force
He
it.
should have actually set it. You always want to look at your line of sight. So start with the extreme because Wesisi was on this end, just like he set this one. He should have done that previously.
He crossed the line, the center line.
There is an issue there with
Well,
Stone.
Stone looks to have sprained his ankle, but you cannot
I hope
get
it is
out.
nothing big.
Right now, you fight hard
NYAYO
and keep
there.
going.
Very quick finish there by Kenya Army. We also have a couple of comments online. Let's have a look at. It's 11 for Prisons Kenya and 10 for Kenya Army. Emmanuel Tabut, there is no other match that has been played today because the other teams that some of those teams that you're mentioning, like GSU, have not played today. KDF haven't played. Trailblazers haven't played. Kenya Forest hasn't played today. So, and it's because the other teams like Prisons Central, Prisons Western, Prisons Nyanza, Mombasa have not shown up. So there is no match that will be played if the opponent team is not present. So it is good to sort of get your facts right before you comment. Because like we said, in today's fixture, there are only going to be 2 matches, and it is this one between Prisons Kenya and Kenya Army, and the one in the morning that was Prisons Kenya and KPA. So let's get that one right. Thank you, Wigades, for the explanations, because there have been a lot of walkovers granted because of the other teams that have not shown up. So it is good to sort of have that as a background there to set the context. Thank you so much for helping explain that, John Oshix Malenya and Wigades. Asanteni sana. Ramadan Musyoki, asante sana kwa kuungana nasi. Bernard Cheruyot, you're saying all the way from Kilifi County, Shakahola area, and you're saying Kenya Prisons 3, Kenya Army 0. Lutomia unasema you are watching from Kimwarer in Elgeyo Marakwet County. Asante sana. Hilary Mbogo unasema mko ndani kama wana volleyball lovers. Asanteni sana. Tunatumai ya kwamba mnaendelea kutupata moja kwa moja kwa njia nzuri sana kutoka sehemu yote ambayo unatazama hii hapa nchini, katika ukanda huu wa Afrika Mashariki, Afrika nzima, na pia ulimwenguni kote, kwa sababu tumejitolea ili kuhakikisha ya kwamba mechi hizi za volleyball tunaweza kuziangazia ili tuweze kuonyesha zile talanta ambazo tuko nazo nchini humu, kwa minajili ya kuwapa hawa wachezaji wetu fursa ya kung'aa na kuonyesha kile ambacho wanaweza kufanya kimataifa. Florence.
Well, from the look of it, Kenya Prisons are running away with this set also, maintaining a 3-point lead for a better part of the set. Dennis Save. A simple tap of that ball sends it across the net and onto the ground of Kenya Army's side, making the score 17-13. Cementing that lead once again. The Kenya Army team not really playing as expected. We have seen them do better. They have really not brought it home today. Seems to be some sense of lack of confidence on their part. Really have to give it to the tactician at the baseline there. In a suit, really looking smart, probably.
For the coach there.
Confirming the importance of this match.
Yep.
Charles Bosire there, getting ready to receive that ball. Defend it.
4 point lead here is quite
Very
comfortable.
Very comfortable lead.
Prisons. Very nice finish, but the direction with which I think he also was trying to avoid that human wall. But well,
still maintaining the lead at 19-14. Faith Olakin, hello to you. How are you? Great that you joined us today for this final match of the day. We take pride in bringing these matches live to you as the first of any kind of showing this match. We haven't had this in the country for the longest time. It is an honor to do this for volleyball, do this for the fans as well as the players who get to showcase their talents all over the world, literally. We can only pray that it bears good fruits for the players.
That is certainly the hope. James Otieno unasema hii ni 3-0 in favor of Prisons. You are watching from Kisumu County. Bwana Otieno, how are you bwana? Asante sana kwa kuungana nasi. Erokamano ahinya. Tunaendelea kuwaletea mechi hii moja kwa moja kutoka hapa katika wa Nyayo, na Prisons Kenya are leading by 6 points now. Quite a comfortable one, and yeah, we can't even, easy placement by Wanyama, who has been he has a really solid fighting spirit. Wanyama, he can fight to the very end.
The very end.
Yeah. Veronica Kata unasema KPO wataingia playoffs kweli? They still have a chance.
Well, with the 7th leg yet to be played, well, definitely the win against Prisons Kenya definitely puts them in a right position to make that possible. We are yet to know and confirm the final 4. We will do that as soon as the 7th leg is done. Some of the teams having, again, very strong opponents during that leg. So it's not quite obvious right now that so-and-so has... It's a matter of who and when. And we will know that right after the 7th league that is tentatively to start on the 24th of the month. Of the month,
yes. Next weekend, I think we are going to have the ladies playing.
We will have the ladies playing
right here at NYAYO Stadium. Steve Kanyugo unasema, in fact, the GSU match was aired in the last stage after the Trailblazers match. Yes, yesterday we were showing highlights of the GSU and the KDF match because that match coincided with the match between Trailblazers and Kenya Army, but we still were able to bring quite some chunk of that match between GSU and KDF to you all. We wait and see if that will be the formation, like you're saying, Wigades. But certainly those are the teams that have quite the chance. But it still depends on the matches that still remain. I think we have only one leg remaining. Just like Florence here has noted.
With the kind of surprises that have been pulled lately, you cannot be sure who will make it and who will not.
Been quite a week of surprises with a lot of records being broken in the sports scene.
Faith Yegon,
Faith
the unstoppable Faith.
Debuting.
She's basically superhuman.
Her 5,000 and then winning, setting a world record. 10 days, exactly 10 days after she set a world record in 1,500 meters. Moses or Emmanuel? Gentleman, also, of course, we have Omanyala, who came in second at 9.98. Wanyonyi as well in his 800 meters. And then yesterday, Manchester City with that Champions League win, confirming their treble, having won the FA Premier League and now the Champions League. So anything is possible, and just like we are saying right now, Kenya Prisons crossing to the other side of the court with smiles across their faces, having beaten Kenya Army in that second set 25-17, although the margin has reduced. I wonder if we are going to see a 25-25 now in the third set. It's possible.
It is very possible for
That's
Kenya
what they
Army
did yesterday in their match.
Indeed they did.
Against
And
TVC.
most of these surprises are pulled up during the third set. A lot of teams coming back after losing the first 2 sets. We wait and see. We will be displaying the statistics for that second set in a short while here at the NYAYO National Stadium. There we have it, the third set. The second set, I beg your pardon, for this second match of the day, signing literally 25 15 for Kenya Army. Should be 17 if I'm not wrong. The attacks are 7 each. Blocks you have 2 for Kenya Prisoners and just 1 for Kenya Army. Service ace just 2 for Kenya Prisoners and 1 for Kenya Army once again. Opponent's error 14, Kenya Prisoners 8, Kenya Army. A lot of errors on Kenya Army's side that have caused them this set, despite an improvement from the results of the first set. Well, it looks like Kenya Prisons are basically chewing up Kenya Army in retaliation from the loss they had experienced earlier on in the day. This will be a good consolation for them. They will go home with at least 3 points if they win this set.
Yep, and yes, we see your comment, Paul Mbabu, and tunashukuru sana kwa ombi hilo. Remember, you can get the exclusive collection of the best sports kit in the Kenyan League. We have the orange away kit, blue kit, and also the green kit, branded Trailblazers Volleyball Club and Mafro Sports. Get your hand on either of those kits by dialing the number on your screen. They are going on a very discounted price, so get yourself a pair or 2 for you and your loved ones, and we'll definitely ensure that they are delivered to you. We're going to take a very we might actually not take that break because the set the third set is underway. Paul Mbabu, you're saying you pray that TVC gets as many broadcasting equipment as possible so that we can also air Division 2 for everyone to know that to know the other team that is coming. So the thing with that is that we are actually able to, we have the possibility of streaming that. The challenge is that the manner in which the fixtures are arranged, most of the time they are played after the Division 1 schedule is done. So sometimes it's pretty late and we are winding down. So if there's just some if that planning becomes better, then we will know how to do that. But yeah, we totally understand that. Kiplimo Chirchir, you're asking about today's quiz. We are bringing you that shortly. Mombos with the service.
Jairus picks it. Stone hits it very hard off of the hands of the middle blocker. Kenya Army making the points 2-1 with Makuto going to serve.
Makuto, let's see the speed of his service there.
The jump float.
We were able to catch it. Oh yeah, it was too slow for the speedometer there to pick it. But
beautiful set by Kevin NYAYO right there.
That was an easy one to give away.
Kevin once again.
Makuto with that brilliant finish. It's 89 kilometers per hour. Still not yet close to the numbers that Owala pulled, but well in to be a quick finish.
Was there a net touch?
Two guys struggling to finish that up. Should have allowed one guy to just kill it.
A lot of excitement there. There's a feeling that comes with hitting that ball directly from the opponent's side. He serves it off court again. His float service looking much more promising than the jump service. I do believe that he should stick to jump.
He should just stick to what
they are more effective and more promising.
But just raining hard on those jump services like we are used to.
Say, well defended, simple finish.
The simple finish
easily picked. The libero sets it. Fortunately, sets it too close to the net.
Mombos, they are having a conversation with him, asking all the questions about why he did not allow it. Bezieto, I think, are actually playing at the moment in the outside court. We'll try and see if we can get a little bit of the data from that. There's also Eldoret Water, there's DOD, there's micro spikers. We will try as much as possible, Paul, to bring you some of that data.
Jairus, well set.
Oh, what
blocked.
a nice block. Again, Wanyama stopping Dennis there. He hasn't yet been unleashed in this set the way he was in the first set actually.
Definitely.
But that is a beautiful, beautiful defense by the Kenya Army side. If Wesisi had attempted that with both hands, probably would have stopped it, but he went in there with just his left hand, and you cannot block
Accurate.
that way effectively, yeah. The libero picks it up, Mombos goes for it, it is Wanyama. Is there a touch out? Yes.
It seems to be.
I believe there's one.
Ball goes off of the hands of Kevin NYAYO.
Where's Sisi with the service? This time around, will it land on court or will it fly to the fans?
Ball is still in play. Seems to be a net touch. 7-5.
Well, they have started to sail away, Prisons Kenya. Mombo's there having a conversation with the first referee there. Remember, it's the third set in this match between Kenya Army and Prisons Kenya. Prisons Kenya leading by 3 points now, and of course they have 2 sets in the bag. If they win this, then it's as good as done up until the next time that we meet here in the next leg of this Men National Volleyball League.
Ooh, a desperate attempt to dodge that ball sends him touching the net.
Well,
In a very obvious way. You see, players can be rather witty in
we have Jairus
denying
now.
a net touch. That one was too obvious to deny.
Wow,
Well defended.
Syria picks it up very nicely.
Fortunately,
All that power from from Wanyama. I thought that Mombos would play it by Wanyama again, considering the fact that he seemed to be, he took a swing, really nice one, but that middle area had quite some challenge, and it's timeout for Kenya Army.
score standing at 10-5. Prisons Kenya looking out to pick this third and final set, if they do pick it, of the match, taking home 3 clean points, despite their hope that they would be taking home 6 points.
It would have been a 6-point, and they would have secured.
Not
They would
quite
have
a
secured,
good day in the office for them.
Secure those 6 points, but now they have to just contend with the 3. If Kenya Army had proven to really fight, then we would have said that it was too early to call it. But as it
But they're just
appears,
not putting up a fight
they
whatsoever.
haven't yet been able to do that.
Well, that seems to be a point for Kenya Army. Yes, it is a point for Kenya Army. Maybe a net touch. Simple dodge. Still in play. Pancake retrieval there. Kevin NYAYO.
Is Makuto, it's still in play?
It is still in play. Again.
Plays out, pushes
Off.
it. What's
The court.
happening here? Prisons Kenya at 10. Or is it 11? Yeah, it's 11.
Well, another point for Kenya Army. 7. Prisons Kenya 11. Makuto picks it. Seems to have there seems to be to have a change in the setting of those balls right now. They are not going too high into the air. Kevin Mayo opting for short, quick balls that are disorienting the blocks of Army. Fortunately, serves that ball on the net, making Army and that point 8-12, just 4 points behind them. Very, very interesting change of events right now. There's a change with a new player getting in to go to the service, probably gifted with a much more technical way of serve compared to his counterpart that had to leave the court. Simple serve. Dennis receives it. Mayo. Well, it goes off court after hitting just the rim of the net, not on anybody's hands. 9-12. Prisons leading. Again, an error in reception. It has been saved. Ball is still in play. Well set. Well blocked. Another attempt. Does it go across? It does not go across the net. It's actually a point for Kenya Army from the look of things. 10-12, just 2 points now. Army might just get and we're back to 3 points lead, 13-10, with that powerful attack from Dennis.
Oh, he's gotten his wings back.
Makuto again serves it on the net. A lot of errors in service on this third set.
It is Wanyama going to serve, and 2 points between the two teams. Prison still in the lead, unleashing the middle attacker there. In this match, we haven't seen even a few minutes of Mwandori. He hasn't come on court.
Well, one coach once said that you never change a winning lineup.
You never change your winning lineup.
Might be proved to
Wanyama
be.
there hitting the net.
12, or is it 13? 9. It's actually 15-9. 15-11.
Yeah. They were 11-13 before those 2 points there.
Easily served.
Are they able to get that point? Yes, they do.
Twelve, 15, 3 points still. Easily picked. Jairus in.
There's a lot
Solid
to.
defense. Biden is there.
Four-point lead. Not comfortable, and Dennis. Oh yeah, Dennis is going to serve, and I think that will be a beautiful jump service. But it's a timeout by Kenya Army. I think the coach is, the reality that this could be the last set starting to sink
indeed that is the case. He knows that it's going to be a tough one today. Prisons Kenya fighting like wounded lions, and indeed they are wounded lions after that devastating loss to Kenya Ports Authority.
Well, while they had a bad start, Kenya Ports Authority, the players that are still on, playing have really pushed themselves to the limit. Somebody is commenting that he gave in a kama ya mtaa.
Be kind, be kind. Please be kind.
Be kindly.
Be kind, be kind.
Anyway, Kenya, Prisons Kenya at 16, Kenya Army at 13. They seem to be, that time out there seem to have been useful for them. It's NYAYO now. Going to serve. NYAYO unleashes Dennis again. This time around, is able to convert that score rather quickly. 4 points ahead now, Kenya Prisons, with Jairus in the serving court. Ball is still in play, and Mombos, not Mombos, but they are able to anticipate that he is going to dodge it. NYAYO there.
Sire fails to receive that ball. Tactical serve there. Only getting a meter away from him.
Couldn't agree. Beautiful, beautiful block. Is there a net touch?
It seems to be a net touch. Wonderful rebound pick there. It would have easily been translated into a powerful kill had the referee not made that call on the net touch. Ball is still in play. Infrastructure comes into play once again.
2 points now. 2 points.
2 points from the initial 5 points?
Yes, anything is possible. Like we usually say, it's not over until it's over. Hey, somebody's hanging off the Makuto there with 85 kilometers per hour behind that attack.
A really smart way of attacking that ball. An angle that is really not easy to pick. He did change or coil his hand mid-air, making it difficult for the left side defender to even make an attempt on that ball.
Beautiful, beautiful block by the...
It was on court.
It is actually on court, and there seems to have been either a net touch. It's almost a 90-degree from that drop. So a very powerful block there. This one, Nyama again.
Well, that is basically a repetition of what Makuto just did.
It's give and take here.
Give and take.
This for that. It's just a fair game.
Indeed, it is a fair game.
I want to believe that Kevin NYAYO there will trust in the services of the lethal Dennis there, who has quite the height, quite the speed, just as I had expected.
Again,
but NYAYO stops him. Ball was flying at 89 kilometers per hour, but NYAYO is able to stop it.
Right on his track. Well, 2 points ahead, Kenya Prisons. Well said.
Makuto again.
Solid block.
Stopped by the same. Oh yeah, thought it was Wesisi, but it is Wanyama this time around.
Well, you have to love the way Wesisi and Wanyama are coordinating. Like
Everyone on their side playing really well.
really, really well. Dependable
And
players. for
Coach
the side.
David Lungaho has gotten his team to take a break there so that they then have a conversation because looks as though this match will continue, not end as soon as we had hoped it would. I mean, like we anticipated, based on the performance of Kenya Prisons, but Kenya Army have been able to reduce that gap. Faith Oilakin, Kenya Army is a team given a chance can be really stubborn. Yep. If you allow them to gain that momentum, and I wish they were able to pick that momentum from the beginning. You see, when you have a lot of good receivers on the other side of the net, you want to try and avoid serving it to them.
Indeed.
But you run the risk of either
Serving outside or on the net.
Or on the net. So that is the challenge there. WCC, beautiful, beautiful finish. Stone there and Jairus just asking themselves what went wrong. It's 20 for Kenya Army, 21 for Prisons Kenya, and it is Wanyama decides to float it away. There is Dennis, should have been able to stop him, but they don't. So it's another point for Prisons Kenya, leading by 2 points. Prisons.
Stone at the service, floating it simply across the net.
Is it?
Jairus.
There is a net touch there.
Well, I would have sworn that that ball did go across. That
The other
was
thing-
some block, if indeed the ball was blocked.
I actually thought that it hit any of the chains above or the railings up above, but it seems it did not. It's Dennis. That ball, man.
Going off court.
23-21. Kenya Prisons in the lead. It's Dennis now. Will he float it? Will he jump? Decides to float it. Sisi picks it up nicely. It is actually with Sisi
Smartly done
off
there.
the hands of Jairus there. 87 kilometers per hour from Wesisi.
23-22.
20. Yeah, just 1 point. I think the fastest attack we've seen here is by Jairus at 89 kilometers per hour. We haven't seen anything past 100. Dennis sends it out of court, and it's 23-23.
Well, your
balls-
prediction seems to have to become a reality. You mentioned that this might just go to 25-25.
Yep.
Well, from the look of things, it really seems to.
Whoever will avoid those mistakes now is the one who would go a step further. Nicely, nice attempt at blocking it, but it's
Indeed.
not enough to stop it, and it's set point for Prisons Kenya. 23 Kenya Army, and Jairus there goes to serve.
Jairus should be floating.
There's a lot
it.
of pressure when you are at this point in
Pressure.
time. Nicely picked up. Are they able to kill it? Yes, they are.
24.
We are going for yet another set. I want to believe so.
Not.
Yes,
We are yet not to
It is 24-24.
confirm that.
Anything. It's anyone's set for the taking.
anyone sets for the taking. Well, Army are known to be very, very stubborn, as Lakin earlier on observed, we know that this team is capable of being really stubborn and catching other teams offside, literally by surprise. It is possible for them
Wanyama
to take this set with
having a
Wanyama
conversation
and
with the referee
Wasisi
there.
leading
And
from the
he's
front.
now having a conversation with the coach and the assistant coach there. But it's such a beautiful display. This one might actually go to 30, just like the one with Equity. But we wait and see.
Wait and see. Well, clearly with Wanyama.
Syria picks it. It is Makuto who finishes that off. He's hit a new speed, 97 kilometers per hour.
Bring closer to the 100-point mark.
Yes, they bring in Chesoli
To the service.
and another blocker.
The brother to one Rogers Kipkirui, who
Yep.
currently features for the Parliament volleyball team. Did change employment from Kenya prisons, passing the mantle, so to speak, to the brother who
Might be seeing an injury,
seems to be
but at this point in time, I hope
rather
it's nothing
serious.
that is serious. Is it at the knees? Wasisi?
The CC
It's a knee injury there.
trying to assess on how bad that is. Prisons Kenya taking the time to have a pep talk.
This is why having a team Fiji is crucial.
It is crucial.
Wish you could send Kate in to assist. Where Sisi is he? Yeah, they are telling him to just one more time. Just one more for the team.
Brave it up and keep going.
Hilary Mbogo unasema hii imeenda. It's not over until it's over.
Well,
Bingwa Chesoli anakwenda pale ku serve. They lose it. 25 all again. They receive it well and attack it nicely.
Simple.
Oh, everyone is just there.
Well set. There seems to be a challenge
They are
there.
celebrating, and yet there is a challenge again. But the
From the
referee
indication
decides
of the referee,
that
that should be
it
the end
is
of the match.
the end of that match. 26-24.
Well fought by
Brought in
Army
quite a
team.
challenge, but it wasn't enough to keep that match going on.
Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. A good fight for Kenya Army, posing a challenge to Prisons Kenya, who would have loved to finish it as soon as they possibly could.
Yes, we are also going to bring you the statistics from this particular match in just a bit. So stand by for that, but we are really grateful that you've been able to join us and be with us all through this match. Here are the stats.
Well, the match has ended at 3-0. A very convincing win for Prisons Kenya. The last set ended at 26-24. Kenya Army putting up quite a fight. Attacks we're having 14 for Kenya Prisons and 11 for Kenya Army. Blocks just 5 for Kenya Army and 3 for Prisons. Service ace 2, Kenya Army 1, Kenya Prisons. Opponents error. Prisons stand at 8 and Kenya Army at 6. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for making time to join us and watch this live broadcast from Friday all the way to today, the last match of the leg. We wait on to see the dates for the 7th leg. Tentatively, that should be on the 24th of June 2023.
Yep,
We hope to host you once again for that magical experience. Iagon.
and of course next week we are going to have the ladies playing here at the NYAYO National Stadium. We will know whether we are going to be bringing that live to you as well. But once we have the green light, then we will definitely go to do that. Thank you so much. We are not yet sure about which team in the Division 2 league are going to join the first division here. But so like the next leg of the men's league is the one that will determine a lot of that and even confirm which team will be in the playoffs. So on behalf of the whole crew that is responsible for this broadcast, we wish to thank you all so much. From the commentary desk, of course, it's been yours truly, Emmanuel Egon and Florence Bosire for Trailblazers Volleyball Club. Remember to continue subscribing to that channel for this and more action from our volleyball courts, the game that we all love. Because what we say is that as Trailblazers Volleyball Club, we are dedicated in ensuring that we showcase all these volleyball talent that we have in the country, locally and internationally. We want to wish you a blessed Sunday evening and a blessed new week. But from our desk here, signing out, Emmanuel Egon.
And
Over to you,
Florence, have
to
a
close
beautiful week ahead. Hope to see you again in the next leg of the Kenya Volleyball Federation National League.
Bye. Take care of yourself.
Toodles.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad, chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back, I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me, ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact, give me one shot and